We definitely are motivated to win a sectional every year. Never been done, so it's something. It's always one of our top goals at the beginning of the year, and especially the past couple of years, I think we've had enough talent to do that, and we're really motivated to get that done.
Lose a couple of your big key components from last year's team. Who are you guys looking to be the big leaders this year and step up and fill their shoes?
Obviously, yeah, Paul and Blake were huge last year. I think this year we're going to be more balanced. We have a lot of guys who can do stuff offensively, and I think defensively we'll still be pretty good too. We have a good idea of we've played McBride his style of defense a lot, so we know what we're doing. A lot of experience, so.
How have you guys had to adjust your game plan, losing people like Blake and like Paul, who are those big guys for you?
Yeah, there's some things you can't do when you don't have them. Defensively, you can't take as many chances. You don't have that 6'8" anchor back there, but yeah, I don't know. We still be good, I think.
All right.
Yep.
What are the goals as you get ready for this upcoming season?
We want to win conference again, obviously, and then the sectional is always a big thing.
I mean, definitely, it's the outcome of the game is definitely going to fuel us every year. That's gonna be our goal. But we came so close last year, and we know that now we have experience coming back too. That we will be able to stay focused during the whole game and really hope we come out with a win.
And having those big game experiences, but also losing some of your key players, how has the team kind of been working this offseason to fill some of those holes that are left behind by Blake and Paul?
Well, obviously with those two, like the offense is really going to flow through them. But now I think the offense is going to be more balanced. Where last year those two would always be in double digits. I think we're going to have 5 guys this year that can have capabilities of scoring 20 points a night. Anybody.
What are the goals this season? I mean, last year you shared the conference title with Fairfield. What are the goals as you get ready for this upcoming season?
Definitely one of the goals is to win it outright this year. Obviously, sharing it was better than not winning it at all, but we want to win it outright this year and definitely get that sectional championship.
But we're not going to have one individual that's going to be able to come in and do what Paul did or what Blake did. We're going to have to do it a little bit more collectively. We are, it's kind of interesting. We do lose all 5 senior starters, but with that said, we feel we actually have quite a bit of experience coming back. One thing is we played quite a few guys last year throughout the year, and now it's just them moving into a different role. Drew Buffenbarger will be a very key player for us this year, both rebounding and then scoring. Landon Pence will be another senior guard for us. He was actually someone that was injured, tore his ACL halfway through the year. We'll be counting on him for perimeter offense. And then Josh Hauk, again, was a key player that played off the bench for us last year. And we'll just be expecting him to take on more of a scoring role this year. I think a big thing that's going to help us is Garrett Simmons, who missed the entire season last year after starting several games as a sophomore. He had a torn ACL. He's going to be back, and he gives us a lot of athleticism, some outside shooting, and he gives us a player that a lot of people just don't know about right now. And then Dakota Barkley. Dakota Barkley, I think, he's going to be a junior. I think he's ready to really step into a big-time scoring role. I think he's going to be a name that people are going to know here over the next few years. He came in as a sophomore playing last year in a role. But those guys, what they do is their roles just change. And like I said, we can't replace Paul or Blake with one individual. But collectively, we have the ability, I think, to be very good offensively. And if we can do that, that's going to give us an opportunity to be really competitive, in our league and then in the state tournament as we move forward. But we'll have some growing to do because they've got to move into their new rules. And we've got some concerns as far as just improving our overall defense and then our overall rebound.
Yeah, talk about Drew's injury a little bit. How's that collarbone healing up, and are you expecting him to start for you guys right out of the gate on November 23rd?
Well, as far as I know, from my last conversation with him, which wasn't too long ago, everything seems to be going fine on the collarbone. We expect a full recovery, and we won't know, obviously, until he meets with doctors to finalize all that. But at this point in time, we're expecting him to be fully ready to go when we start our season. and he's going to be a key for us. I mean, I think what Drew brings is just tremendous leadership, and I think that comes from being the quarterback on the football team. And so getting him back is obviously going to be a huge lift for us, and so we expect him fully ready to go. And like I said, I just think we have a nice mix of experienced guys that are going to be really, really well. And then I think we have some kids coming up off of a 14-win JV team that are going to be able to step into the roles that we need to be filled off the bench.
And then finally, talking to some of the guys, they were saying that loss to Canterbury kind of fueling the fire this year. What sort of goals and expectations have you set for the team early on?
Well, I think number one, most important thing is we've just got to focus on getting better every day. I think that is number one priority day in, day out. We've got to get better. But clearly we're going to be locked in on what we can do to try to win the conference again and the conference tournament. And we think we're going to be right in that mix. I think there's a good 5-6 teams that are going to be in there. And I think we're going to be in there. We're going to be in that top-tier team and really challenging for that. It'll be a battle. Everybody's going to be gunning for us, so to speak, and we're going to have to be prepared. And then in the sectional, I really think we're going to be right in the hunt for that again. I think Canterbury obviously is going to be very good. Clearly, we have a desire to get back to that championship game and hopefully have a different result this time. But we've got to get better every day, starting day one, all the way throughout the season, so that we are playing our best on that last night in the sectional.